Hey, what's going on YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Brilliancy. My name is Travis and I'm going to be your host. Let me first start off by saying thank you to all those who watched my BET Awards 2015 review. I looked today and it has like 900 something views and I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't expect to get that many in such a little bit of time, but I was on there acting like a plain fool, so I'm not surprised. But thank you to all those who watched the video. So based on the title, you see what I'm going to be talking about. Now, I was on Facebook a few days ago and a girl has shared what is being called the Gentleman Commandments, and she just asked for thoughts on what people thought about it. And I said this is something that I definitely have to make a video about because of how ridiculous it is to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 10 Gentleman Commandments and just talk about what I actually think about these commandments and my views and all of that kind of stuff. So if you've seen them, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'm going to share that with you and enlighten you on the 10 Gentleman Commandments. Commandment number 1. Every Sunday, he should fill up her car with gas to get her through the week. A woman should never have to pay a woman should never have to pump nor pay for her own gas if she has a man. I'm going to go through them all first and then come back to them. Number 2. He should set aside $75 to $100 a week for her hair, nails, and feet. He should want his woman on point. Number 3. Although cooking, it is optional. A woman should never buy food. When she is hungry, her first call should be to him. Number 4. He should buy her at least one outfit per week or every other week, depending on his financial situation. Number 5. A woman should be pleasured orally by her man 4 times a week, minimum. 6. Her cell phone bill should be paid by him. 7. She should be taken on a date once a week, minimum. 8. She should be told, "I love you" twice a day, minimum. 9. If she has a child by another man, you must step in and help raise that child without complaint. And finally, 10, you should do at least one kind or sweet gesture for her mother every month to honor her mother for bringing your lady into the world. Now, these are the 10 Gentleman Commandments, and I don't agree with all of them. So I'm going to tell you what I don't agree with. Number 1, every Sunday he should fill up her car with gas to get her through the week. A woman should never have to pump nor pay for her gas if she has a man. Now, I do agree that a woman should not pump her gas if the man is with her. I'm not going to say that. And let me just first preface by saying, according to this list, I'm nowhere near a gentleman. Nowhere near being a gentleman. I do think that when I am with my fiance and we're getting gas for her car, I will pump her gas. But paying for the gas every Sunday, I can't do that. My financial situation, just the way my bank account is set up, I can't do barely anything on this list based on my financial situation. And I don't like the fact that this list almost makes it seem like if you're not in a financial situation, then you can't be considered a gentleman. There are plenty of men out here who are broke as a joke, who are more chivalrous and who can be considered more of a gentleman than men with millions of dollars. So I don't think that what dictates you being a gentleman should be based on what your pockets look like. But that's just me. So I think it is I think these are all, pretty much nice gestures, but they're completely and so friggin' unrealistic. But pumping gas every Sunday to get her through the week, I think that'd be a nice thing to do if you have the money to be able to do that. But since we're talking about money and I have my handy expo marker, let's just calculate how much money you would need to actually be a gentleman. So we're saying he should fill up her car every Sunday to get gas through the week. Now we're going to assume this is a month that only has 4 Sundays, and let's just assume the car takes $40 worth of gas. 40 times 4 is $160. So that's $160 a month, and mind y'all, I'm not good with math. So if I start struggling, don't judge me. So $160 for gas is where we're at. We're just going to tally it up as we go. All right, 2, he should set aside $75 to $100 a week for her nails, hair, and feet. He should want his woman on point. $75 to $100 a week for you to get your hair, your nails, and your feet done? When my fiance gets her nails done, when she gets a manicure, the manicure costs like $35, and she goes every other week. When she gets a pedicure, which she doesn't get that often, because pedicure, you don't have to keep your feet up as much as you have to do your hands. Her pedicures cost about like $25, $30. That's what, $60, $70 just for the nails and feet. And hair. What in the world is this girl doing to her head that's gonna cost that much money? Yep. Let's say you dating a cheap girl who don't get, the works. She just gets the bare minimum. And she's getting $75 worth of stuff done for her hair and her feet per week. Ooh, my math is about to be messed up. Wait, no, 75 plus 75 is 150, so 75 times 4 must be 300. I think 75 plus 75, yeah, that's 50, right? Is it 50? 150? Yeah, 150. $300. All right. All right, so although cooking is not optional, a woman should never have to buy food when she is hungry. Her first call should be to her man. That is some bullcrap. Now, if you at work and you hungry, you best to call Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Mellow Mushrooms, Tony's Pizza, Hungry Howie's. All those people might want to be your first call. You might not want to call me when you get hungry at work talking about, can you get me some food, because you're the first call I'm supposed to make because you're a gentleman. No. If a woman is hungry, she better go find herself something to eat. Don't call me at work and think that I'm going to bring you some food because you hungry. And I'm going to come back to my whole full view of this list in a little bit. But I think that's stupid to have to say that the man should be the first person that she calls when she's hungry. I think that's stupid. And to say that a woman should never have to buy food. If we're living together, you saying I'm supposed to buy all the food for the house? What? What? No. He should buy her at least one outfit per week or every other week, depending on his financial situation. One outfit, I assume that's something that's head to toe. That's shoes included. So let's just say top, bottom shoes. Shoes for a female, I'm going to say 70. Because I don't know how much y'all shoes cost like that. 70. Let's say the top costs, I'm going to say 40. And the bottoms will say 40 for that too. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's $150. So $150 per week. For her outfit, that's $600 set aside just for the outfit. That's if I'm buying her an outfit every week because my financial situation will allow it. A woman should be pleasured orally by her man 4 times a week minimum. Now, I will say it can't be a fully sane man who wrote this because there's a lot of grammatical errors, but I won't get on that because people get mad and offended when I start talking about people's grammar. But she should be pleasured 4 times a week orally. There's only 7 days in a week. So you're saying the majority of the days out of the week. Well, I guess maybe they're not saying like days. They're just saying times. It says 4 times a week. So maybe it's like, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to take a 5-minute. Maybe that's what they're saying. Now, depending on your sexual prowess, I can't really say that this is unreasonable. Because some people just get it in like that. But the thought of 4 times a week kind of makes my jaw hurt. Just a little bit. And then I wonder, are you getting anything in return? Like, you got to give it 4 times, but she don't have to give it 4 times? Because if I'm going to give it 4 times and you giving it 4 times, I can work with that. But I ain't just about to have my face in the places Rocks would say 4 times a week and there's no reciprocation going on here. Reciprocation, excuse me. That ain't gonna really work for me. Moving on. Her cell phone bill should be paid by him. If I'm paying the cell phone bill, that's about $50 a month. She should be taken on a date once a week minimum. Let's just assume y'all dates cost, two people eating at a restaurant, maybe $40. I'll say 70 because you may go to dinner and a movie, or you may just go to one or the other. So that can vary. So we'll say 50. 50 for that a week though. So that's $200. She should be told, I love you twice a day. I mean, that's a given. That's free. Everybody can do that. And if you have a problem with that, you probably just don't need to be in a relationship. If she has a child by another man, you must step in and help raise that child without complaint. That's a given. That really has nothing to do with being a gentleman. That has everything to do with being a man. If you're dating a female and she has children, you're automatically saying, like, indirectly that you're going to take responsibility and help raise a child. I can't imagine a woman willingly accepting a man, even though y'all do it, willingly accepting a man into her life to date, knowing that he has no desire to help her raise the children that she's had with another man. That's just trifling, but whatever. Ooh, my eyes. And you should do at least one kind, sweet gesture for her mother every month to honor her for bringing your lady into the world. That's the first time I've ever heard anybody say that I should honor the mother of the woman that I'm with. I mean, I'm not going to say I wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't do that every month. That's what Mother's Day is for. Maybe I'm just cheap. All right, so let's see how much money we need. All right, let me reformulate this. So I really want y'all to get down in those comments, as y'all have been doing, and really tell me what you think about this, because 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $1,300. According to these commandments, I need $1,300 a month for the woman that I'm with to be able to be a gentleman by this man's or this woman's standards. It was probably a man who wrote this. And I feel like it was a man who wrote this because what I'm noticing, I'm about to go in a completely different direction for what everything I've been talking about. What I've been noticing on social media is that everybody knows that there are thirsty people. You know, people who are just dying for attention and who just want attention and who are almost doing anything they can to get attention. And then there are people giving them the attention that they want, which only fuels the fire. I can probably imagine that the man who wrote these is single. Not a girlfriend, not a fiance, not a wife. Because I can't imagine a man being realistic about relationships in 2015 and thinking that these are the 10 things that really dictate and define what a gentleman really is. The list said nothing about being kind. The list said nothing about being caring. The list said nothing about being loyal. The list said nothing about being honest. It said nothing about affection. It said nothing about loving the person. It said saying I love you, but it didn't say anything about actually loving the person that you're with. Like, it said nothing about taking a stand for the person that... If you are a female and you base the guys that you date off lists like this, stop dating. Because you have unrealistic goals and you're not going to find a relationship that's going to sustain you throughout the years and that's going to last. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are women who would love to have a guy to do this kind of stuff for them. And I'm pretty sure they would just ooze at the thought of having a guy buy them stuff and all that kind of, and those types of things. But that material stuff, it only lasts for so long. And then eventually you need something to keep you and hold you throughout the years. So don't let stupid lists like this be the basis for how you look for men, because this is not a real list of what a gentleman is. It really isn't. The list said nothing about chivalry. It said nothing about opening doors. Nothing. Just about everything was something financial. Now, speaking of men who are thirsty, because I really think a thirsty man wrote this because he wants attention. He wants women to think that this is what... Like, if I was a thirsty man, I could see myself writing a list like this and putting it on Facebook saying, these are all the things that I think a man should do for his woman, because if I was with a girl, this is what I would do for you. Trying to get people to, want to be like, oh my God, did you see what Ricky posted on Facebook? Like, he said that he would pleasure me at least 4 times a week with his mouth if I was his girl. Like, I can see girls seeing this and being like, oh my God, I want him. I can see that. It's not realistic. But I don't like thirsty people. And I think a lot of people do a lot of things for attention. Personally, for me, I don't need attention from nobody. I make these videos because I like talking and I like inspiring and make people laugh and that kind of thing. I don't do it for attention. I'm not trying to be famous. I don't want to be a celebrity. But I think there are people who, there's something on my contact. I think there are people who do things for attention. Now, I've been on Instagram lately, and the past, couple of months, I've been seeing this man appear on my newsfeed. And beards are the new thing now. Women just are loving themselves a man with a beard, especially the full, thick beards that are, well maintained and that kind of stuff, despite the germs that are inside of them. Women love themselves a man with a beard. That's the new fashion kind of thing for a man. The only reason why I have a beard is because the hair on the top of my head stopped growing and the hair on my face started growing. That's the only reason why I have one. But there's been this bearded man that keeps popping up, and I'm not gonna show his picture because that's rude. And I wondered who he was, so I clicked on his, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what his name is if y'all want to look him up. His name is Jai Amaru 13, so it's JAI_AMARU_13, and he has 118,000 followers. And I'm like, who is this guy? Is he famous? Is he a rapper? I mean, like, who is he? And I go on his page and I see a whole lot of pictures of him and his son. Great. A dad doing what he's supposed to do. Nothing really. Okay. But then I click on the pictures or touch the pictures and open them up, and I'm seeing women in this man's comments with the little smiley heart face. Just every comment almost is like, oh my gosh, look at him, sexy man. Oh, his son, da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, this is just amazing. I love to see this, da-da-da-da. And my thing is, it makes me sad because it means we've gotten to a point in our society where we have seen so many ghost fathers, so many absent fathers not be there with their children. When we see a father doing what he's supposed to do, taking care of his child like he's supposed to do, we're now praising him like he's a god. Like he's, well, damn, he is doing something out of the ordinary. Oh, goodness, I just realized that he is doing something out of the ordinary. But that means that there needs to be a paradigm shift if you're one of those types of women who sees pictures like this and you just start foaming at the mouth, knowing you got kids by a man that you won't even let him see his kids. But that's another story because I ain't gonna go there. It ain't my business. But I just don't understand women. I don't understand y'all's standards sometimes. Like, he's doing what he's supposed to do, and I believe that he is doing it for attention. I do believe that he sees the kind of response that he's gotten from women posting his son because he has what people would consider a cute son. So now he's like, oh, I'm gonna keep posting pictures of me and him because it's making me get draws and panties and stuff like that. Same thing goes for another celebrity who I'm not gonna say his name because I feel like I say his name way too much, who's now claiming his daughter and always posting pictures, and women are just like, oh my gosh, look at him and his daughter, that's so cute. Or I'll be her mom. Like, that's the kind of comments that I'm like, what? Oh, y'all make me sick. Oh, women, sometimes y'all just are so stupid. I don't get it. It's a man doing what he's supposed to do. I don't understand, y'all. Maybe it's because he's doing what he's supposed to do and he has a beard, muscles, and tattoos. Because, beard, muscles, tattoos, that's dank near really all you need to get the draws these days. That's really all you need. So he done thrown in the fact that he's what they can believe is a good father. And they giving the draws up. It don't make sense. I've been doing it all wrong this whole time. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts below on the 10 gentleman commandments, bearded men, thirsty people, everything I've talked about. And I'll be talking to y'all soon, hopefully. Society is so sad these days. Y'all take it easy. Peace.